Hi guys, it's Violet here, and OMG, the UFOs are real. The day the Earth stood still.
Since then, as I've engaged this topic, others have reached out to me to share their experiences, both on the military side as well as the commercial aviation side. On the military aviation side, veterans that have recently got out have shared their stories and have expressed how the objects we were seeing in 2014, 2015 continued all the way to 2019, 2020, and beyond. And so it became a generational issue for naval aviators on the eastern seaboard. This was something we were briefing to new students. This is something that was included in the notice to airmen to ensure that there was no accidents. And now with commercial aviators, they're reaching out because they're having somewhat similar experiences as our military brothers and sisters, but they do not have any reporting system that they can send us to.
Oh, good. Mr. Moskowitz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, let's talk about the laws of physics for a second. Mr. Graves and Commander Favor, I heard you talk about speed. When those objects broke the sound barrier, did they make a sonic boom?
I was in a jet. You can't hear anything. It's kind of loud in there.
Yeah, you're not able to actually personally tell within the vehicle. I will say the objects that we were seeing, they were spherical, and they were observed up to Mach 2, which is a very non-aerodynamic shape.
What about G-forces? Let's talk about G-forces of those vehicles. Could a human survive those G-forces with known technology today?
No.
No, not for the acceleration rates that we observed.
Okay. What about what they look like? How close did you get? Did you see a seam or a rivet or a section? And what I mean is, obviously, the jets you're flying have all those things. Did these objects have those?
I want to believe
I didn't have the detail
that this is true.
So we got within a half mile at Tic Tac,
I just want to
people
believe.
say that's pretty far, but it's in airplanes. That's
Debated oversight for so long.
I do know the names. Once again, I can't discuss that publicly and how they've evaded oversight. In a closed setting, I can tell you the specific tradecraft used.
All right.
One's conventional in nature. Sometimes they flow through certain, I'll just say, SAP programs that have cognizant authority over the Air Force or something, and those are congressional.
I hereby state I will say the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth. UFOs are real!
And so I want to get down to, if we can, some specifics, right? So at one point you had said that there has been harmful activity or aggressive activity. Has any of the activity been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured. And the activity... By UAPs or by people within the federal government? Both.
Okay,
yeah.
So there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed. And I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
Okay. One of my constituents actually sent this next question, and I figured I'd ask it since I had the same thought. You've said that the U.S. has intact spacecraft. You said that the government has alien bodies or alien species. Have you seen the spacecraft?
I have to be careful to describe what I've seen firsthand and not in this environment, but I could answer that question behind closed doors. Yeah.
And have you seen any of the bodies?
That's something I've not witnessed myself.
My view has been that we are billions of light years away from any other system. And the concept that an alien species that's technologically advanced enough to travel billions of light years gets here and somehow is incompetent enough to not survive.
I always believed in aliens personally. Obviously not the typical green and grey aliens from Mars, but I look at it this way. Oh, by the way, the reason I'm like this is because I've been abducted by aliens, and I'm actually on their spaceship now being probed, and it's pretty awesome. Anyway, I mean, UFOs have been proved now, right? So I can finally release these recordings, and they won't be seen as fake anymore, and I won't be go mad.
Earth or crashes is something that I find a little bit far-fetched. And with that being said, you have mentioned that there's interdimensional potential. Could you expound on that?
Yeah, to answer your first question, and I'm here as a fact witness and expert, but I will give you a theoretical framework, at least to work off, to kind of espouse crashes, multidimensionality, that kind of thing. The framework that I'm familiar with, for example, is something called the Holographic Principle.
Human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Human biologics.
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to...
Really big. Or the multiverse. It goes so far, space is gigantic beyond your comprehension. It would be disingenuous of humans and self-indulgent to say aliens didn't exist. So they do. Maybe I'm one.
Higher dimensional space to lower dimensional. It's a scientific trope that you can actually cross, literally, as far as I understand, but there's probably guys with PhDs that we could probably argue about that.
But you have not seen any documentation that that's what's occurring?
Only a theoretical framework discussion. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Occam's razor is that these aircraft, have they been identified that they are being produced by domestic, military and contractors?
If the aircraft was armed, do you believe that your aircraft or any aircraft in possession of the United States could have shot the Tic Tac Down?
I'd say no. Just on the performance, it would have just left in a split second.
It looks like that we have a problem here that needs further investigation.
Yes.
In your belief, is this flying Tic Tac, I mean, is it capable of being the product of any other nation on the earth?
Isn't it just crazy though, for the first time in history, that actual military men have come out and said in court that UFOs are real and they don't know where the materials are from? I mean, the interview is just absolutely crazy. I mean, I say interview. I mean, courts. Oh my god, my hair is just getting in the way. Alien hair.
No, like I said earlier, I think it defies current material science and the ability to develop that much propulsion. And I know there's been some physicists who have done calculations, which is beyond anything that we have.
Well, either the United States has an adversary here in this world that we don't know, or we really have some serious investigations to do. I really appreciate you being here.
I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf, and I don't want to compromise that investigation by providing anything that may help provide somebody information. But it was very brutal and very unfortunate, some of the tactics they used to hurt me both professionally and personally, to be quite.
A fun fact, on New Year's Eve, with my friend Jordan, we saw a meteorite fly across our heads. It's actually on this channel if you want to check the video out. How crazy is that?
Spacecraft. You said that the government has alien bodies or alien species. Have you seen the spacecraft?
I have to be careful to describe what I've seen firsthand and not in this environment, but I could answer that question behind closed doors. Yeah.
And have you seen any of the bodies?
That's something I've not.
I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I just had to make a video of the spooky aliens. And plus it'd be great to look back on these clips anyway. If you want to see amazing vlogs and abandoned exploring with whatever the hell I am, then please subscribe. Interested in aliens and conspiracy theories and Area 51, but that's all they are, conspiracy theories. Nobody actually knows the truth, but we have objective facts that the UFOs are real. Well, that's what they said in this interview. I mean, it's really exciting just to hear that come out of a military man's mouth. I mean, that's absolutely insane. What else are they going to tell us? Probably nothing. But there has been a lot of classified documents that have been released, so maybe I'll check them out and do a video on it.